up, everybody? Tim Rockbag here with you. Told you no actual release schedule, but wanted to show you what I do with my Sundays most of the day. This is our band. We decided, we voted, took a vote, called it Dread Reverie. Josh knows more about like the detail and the meaning behind the phrase and everything, so probably let him explain that in the near future sometime or another. But this is what we got going on. Instead of being out in the garage practicing like we used to do, went half-ass semi-pro, and we're running off all these electronics over here. That fucking fancy old drum kit over there and everything. But let me introduce you to the guys, all but the bass player, because he ain't here today. Over here on vocals, my man right here is Biggie. What up? Over here, this is Caleb on the guitars over here. Vocals over there, that's Josh, and my brother Joey. You guys have seen videos of us in his garage. If you watch my video, you better watch my video. I ain't playing with you. But anyways, this is what we do on our Sundays. We come here and we play and practice, and anything that basically any music that I put up that you see me playing, we wrote every bit of it. So if YouTube tries to copyright my shit, I'm gonna be pissed, because we wrote every bit of it. So this is it. Every Sunday. We just started doing it in the house, hotter than a motherfucker out in the garage. But here it is. Here's my equipment over here, some of it. I got my Gibson, my cheap Gibson, and then down here I got my Jackson. That right there is my music rating bastard right here. This design is modern ass. If you touch that, you can actually feel the texture, like the wood grain. But that lime green on that black, that's super dope. I got luminescent inlays, which means it glows in the dark on the side dots over there. But yeah, there's my effects processor down there. Outdated Boss GT8 bullshit, you know, shit's expensive. The man over here, Caleb, he's jamming on a Solar right now. He's going through a Boss Digit something or other. Boss metal core, is that what it is? What? Your pedal.
I have Horizon Precision Drive.
Horizon Precision Drive, but he's running through his 5150 combo amp over there. That's what we do. Bass player ain't here, so it is what it is. Anyways, we'll get back to you with some more bullshit. Good morning, everybody. Didn't show any more of our practice because it's in the headphones. You guys can't hear it, and I got to figure out how to transfer it to a sound file so I can get it to YouTube. Anyway, here's what I'm doing today. Got rained out the last 2 days. Severe thunderstorms on the way. Working on my boat. Been a hell of a project so far. Had to get the motor running. It's a Johnson Seahorse 15 horsepower. 1974. Starts, runs. Needs an impeller. It'll be in on Saturday. I ordered that Sunday. It's going to, of course, take 4 to 8 business days to get to me. But I ended up getting a lot of stuff for the boat. Like I said, it's a project. Got 2 new seats. Well, I got 1 new seat, 2 new mounts. My bilge pump. I got my bilge pump down here. Right here, it says 500 gallons per hour. If I get a leak, that should be more than enough to pump out. Got new ratchet straps for the back of the boat when I'm trailering it. Got new dock line, new anchor line. Don't need very much where I'm at. Most lakes ain't more than 20 foot deep in the deepest area. So this is where we're at. Got my boat, got a new fuel tank. I got the primer. I got a new bow eye hook. I know this isn't really what it's called for on it, but this is the one that I found in my local hardware store that came close, because the front of the boat is actually, it's a single boat bow eye, or a single bolt bow eye. So I'm just going to reuse that single bolt. I'm going to put it through there like that. I got a I'm going to fashion some rubber washers. I'm going to squeeze them together. I'm going to silicone it, and I'm going to use what we use for on my roofing company, which is called Through the Roof, and it is like guaranteed watertight for as long as I'm going to have this motherfucker. But I'm going to fashion some rubber washers. I'm going to sandwich the washers between two metal washers, and this right here is the back bolt right here. This here, that right there will sit all the way against the back of the threads right here. The washer will go up against it, and I'm going to concave the washer to where it fits the shape of the bow. And I'll do the same thing on the inside. And before I sandwich it together, I'm going to hit it with some Through the Roof silicone between both of the rubber washers and the metal and the aluminum hole, or the bow here. And I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, probably 24 hours, let it cure some, and then I'm gonna sink it down the rest of the way together so I make sure that I get a watertight bond on it, and that'll work. But I also got a new nylon strap. This is old. I love this old fucking rickety boat. I wouldn't change it for a brand new fucking $30,000 fucking bass boat. Wouldn't trade it. It's awesome. Also, I got new navigation lights. They're all wired in. I don't have them wired into switches to where I can just switch it up, but I do have it with the little connector plugs. You connect it together. The round plugs, you just plug it in, unplug it, quick release, whatever. I'm going to do the same thing with the bilge pump, only I'm going to actually run that to a switch, so I can leave it plugged in the whole time, and if I do end up taking on a leak, I can just flip the switch. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, get primering on this. Might need a new primer bulb. It sat for a couple days and lost pressure, so might need a new primer bulb. This right here, this was like this when I bought the boat. You can tell that it's been TIG welded already. It's been aluminum welded. That's not none of that aluminum brazing shit. That is actual TIG welding. You can tell by the spatter. It's spattered all over. That means they had their heat gun, they had their gun too hot when they were running that, and it was just blowing fucking chunks everywhere. So I might have to take that in. I might have them do that and see if I can't get them to fashion me a new cap, because I'm assuming what happened here is the guy who owned the boat before the guy I bought it off of, because he didn't do anything with it, it just sat in his yard, but the guy who owned it before him, I believe, tried flipping it over for the winter or whatever, or flip it over to seal the bottom or whatever it was he did, but he cracked the fucking transom bracket on the back. This right here is the stability for the back of the transom. This weld will probably hold for what I'm going to use the boat for. It's not like I'm going to be doing 50 miles an hour or cutting 90-degree turns and shit. It's a fishing boat. But I also got the new waterproof marine box for the battery. I got a new seat and 2 new mounts. I think I already said that. And this right here, this is the framing for the casting deck. What they had on there, here we go, I'll show you, it's sitting right here. What they had on there was 1/2-inch plywood with spray paint on it. And this is the results of that. This is what happens. That was 1/2-inch. This is the shit I bought. 3/4-inch pine ply. I've got a gallon of Thompson's water seal. I got all my pieces already trimmed and cut, and they're sitting in the garage. They're ready to have the water seal put on it. Oh, but I can't put this deck on till I get that bow bolt taken care of, because once I get this decking on, it's closed up for good. This fucking thing's probably 5 foot long. I crawl in there trying to get that bow eye taken care of. The only thing that's gonna be sticking out back here is my feet. I'm pretty claustrophobic and I don't like the thought of that, so we're just not gonna do that. Anyway, moving on. I've also got wired up new tail lights on the trailer. These are the marine grade LED, super bright ridiculousness. But they're super bright. For some reason, down here on this backside, I don't know what it was about that ground wire. No matter how much I took the grinder to it, cleaned it up, got all that metal clean, I could not get it to ground. Could not get it to ground whatsoever. Now, I'm thinking that these bolts right here that mount this plate to the actual trailer is I think these are all rusty and shit, and it's not actually making a connection to the trailer. So I ended up, what I had to do was I had to get another length of wire, the length of the trailer, and I had to run from the grounds on the light. I had to run it all the way up to the front. Oh, here goes that thunderstorm. I had to run the grounds all the way to the front. Right here, the green and brown is my grounds from the back. They should have been white, but I don't have any white wire. And then this white wire is the ground from the plug to the truck. So I grounded everything in the same spot. Lights came right on. Excellent. If you're ever in fucking, you can't get a ground, your lights ain't working, try that. Guaranteed they're gonna turn on. But anyways, got the new ratchet strap for the boat, the bow eye. I got a bilge pump. Ended up getting some muffs for the motor so I can get rid of this fucking mosquito haven. Get rid of that fucking bucket. And actually I can probably cut it down a little bit further and take it inside where I got my 25 horse. I got it on a boat mount, on a motor mount for a boat motor, you know. Handmade wood bullshit, but I'd probably fucking cut that down a little bit further and use it for the stand. So if I'm working on the motor, either in the garage or right outside the garage doors, I'll be able to have that without having to run the muffs and the hose all the way around the other side of the garage. Just trying to make it easier on myself. It's boating. I want it to be a pleasurable experience. I don't want to have to fight the fucking thing every time I go out. So I'm trying to get her all the way lined out right now. Today is Wednesday. I'm supposed to have the boat in the water Saturday. I've already got plans for a babysitter and everything, so I'm trying to get this thing done at least to where I can take it out and cruise it around. I don't need to do any fishing or anything. It's going to be my first like actual maiden voyage on the boat. So sorry, I'm catching my eye. I see 2 drill holes over there. Probably going to JB weld those closed. Don't squint at me. It's fucking, I'm a redneck, bro. I'm doing what I can to get my boat on the water. Oh fuck, here's more drill holes right here. I don't know what those were, but it looks like they're above the water line, so whatever those are, right there. Looks like maybe had something drilled in for an anchor mount or something over there as well. But I got my buoy ties right here where my bumper ties are still on. Got fishing pole, I got rod holders. I got a flag holder already. Bet your ass my Trump flag gonna be on there too. Don't get mad, you liberal fucktards. Trump 2024. Bring America's greatness back. No, this ain't a political channel, but you know, it is what it is. It's election year, and there's a lot of confuckery going on in the election this year. I'm just trying not to really worry about it because I got a fucking boat. I'm American, trying to do American things. Go boating, go fishing, ride my Harley, you know, shit like that. On top of working a full-time job and having 4 fucking kids in the house. Anyway. Oh, I almost forgot to show you. I also have this is a Motor Guide Pro Series. I don't know if you can see that. It's got 70 pounds of thrust. It's a 24 volt. So it's looking like I'm gonna need 2 batteries to run it. Might just sell it and buy a 24 volt. I don't know. I'm not that experienced going out and boating and fishing and all that shit. I'm trying to get into it. Just like, you know, my garden over there. Poor garden, it didn't do so hot this year. Had a lot of fucking shit going on and absolutely no time to be doing anything else. So we got started and it got overgrown with the weeds. Any old ways. Along with the boat, had to get a new license plate mount for the license plate because, you know, the cheap set of lights that I bought didn't come with the mount. I could have bought the kit that came with the mount, but it comes with a plastic mount and I don't want that shit to snap off. This right here is a, I believe it is a, it's not stainless, I want to say it is galvanized, and if it's steel, which means it'll bend, it'll allow it to bend more often and it won't break. But you put one of them plastic things down there on that license plate holder, as low as that is to the ground, you're definitely losing your license plate. Any old ways. All right, so I just got the first coat of Thompson's water seal on my deck, on my casting deck there. Now this is just plywood. I don't know if they make marine grade or whatever they want to sell, or treated plywood or whatever, but I did not buy that. This shit is expensive as it is, and I just put some Thompson's water seal on it. And I picked this shit right here up. This is 1.2 gallons of, you know what it is, Thompson's water seal. This right here was on sale. It was 1.2 gallons for $15.99. Or you can buy the shit that turns it, whether it's walnut or whatever color it is. They want $30 a gallon for that type. The clear stuff, 1.2 gallons for 15 bucks. So, you know, do the math. Anyways, you want to apply that shit liberally. I mean, it's going to see water, and it's going to see lots of water. So you're going to want it to be watertight as you can get it. So I got the first coat on the top and around the edges, right here on the lip of the plywood. That is what you really want to get covered, because water will get in there, it'll start separating them plies, and before you know it, you got a, you know, this thick wood, and it's starting to fall apart. It'll start getting soft on you and shit. But I'm trying to avoid the soft feeling, because I don't want it. It's just 16-foot aluminum boat, and it's kind of wobbly anyway, so I'm trying to avoid that. So I went ahead and bought 5/8. Slips in there nice. I've already got the bow shape cut out of all my pieces. I got this piece. I got this piece down here on the floor. That's the very tip of the bow. And then this cutout section right here is a battery access panel for when I get my trolling motor put back on there. But that's it. Make sure you apply it liberal. I'm going to do 2 coats. I'm a cheap bastard. Should do like 3, but I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to apply another coat, and then I'm going to flip it once that dries, and I'm going to apply 2 coats on the bottom, and then I'm going to put carpet over it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, make sure you apply it liberally, and it should keep the water out for, I don't know, I'd say a good 10 years. Good enough for me. Anyways, back to the video. Yeah, I was going to show you guys some work that I was going to do on this boat, but I don't want to make this video any longer than it was. Just want to let you know that, you know, we're still kicking it. J-Rock the Roofer is still alive and well. I do roofing every day. When I get the spare time, I try to get on my boat, try to ride my Harley, hang out with the family. Got to figure out a way to keep putting more videos up, because I paid for my video editor, and this is the only second video I've paid for, or that I've fucking made with it in 2 months. No, 6 months. Paid for it 6 months ago again. The yearly subscription came up, paid for it, still ain't fucking used it. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of your guys' hair, get back to work. I gotta seal the deck for my boat. Eventually go up, get some marine grade carpet for it, some gray carpet, get it carpeted. Hopefully by Saturday, I have a video post, or hopefully by Saturday, I'll have a video of me on the water on this boat. Anyways, you guys have a good day. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you want to do. Make sure you like my video. All right, peace out.